Hello there again. I'm BRC. Can't you tell, can't you see? And I was thinking to myself, earlier I made a video. Of course, I can't upload to TikTok, so let's go back, okay? Because it doesn't have sound on it. Probably because it had copyright music. That's my only guess, you know. Hopefully this video has sound. Let's see here. I'll make sure this is the afternoon spot. And yes, it is the afternoon because afternoon. Can't you see? Yep, okay, good. You know, now they're saying Trump threatened 200% tariff on EU booze over tax on U.S. whiskey. I don't want to get into that. It's just causing a war. You know what else I think, people? You know what I think, people? I think Drake Bell is having an event in Washington, D.C. Even though, you know, Drake Bell had gotten in trouble before. Let's talk about, you know, trouble. I'm going to tell you something about trouble in just one moment. And then we'll get to videos. Get to the videos, hopefully. I think I need to do yoga again, but I'm not today. Not today, at least, you know. I don't know why, but it won't be today. Well, let me tell you another thing, though, too, that I found out. That one time I was going to Prestonsburg, Kentucky. Now, I bet you're wondering, where is Prestonsburg, Kentucky? Or, I can tell you what it is. I can tell you where it is, too. I'll tell you where it is. It's in eastern Kentucky. And it has this amazing theater called the Mountain Arts Center. Not the Paramount, because the Paramount's in Ashland. Okay, people? It's called the Mountain Arts Center, and it's this nice 1,000, which I didn't know what a 1,000 seat theater, but that's cool that it is. Let's see here, I'm trying to look how many, 1,054 seats. But that is a lot of seats. Let me tell you this, though. It opened, like, 3 years before I was born. This theater I'm talking about, the Mountain Arts Center, which is nice, you know. Prestonsburg, Kentucky is a small town, though, with some restaurants, old-fashioned Walmart, maybe the best McDonald's around, even though that McDonald's, is a McDonald's, you know. I haven't been to McDonald's in a while. I try to go to other restaurants because McDonald's think has gotten worse in food quality. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean I won't ever go back, but still, I think Wendy's and Burger King is where it's at in the burger, or one of the two. I don't know. I can't remember. I want to talk about, some of the events coming up at the Mountain Arts Center. And yet the Kentucky Opry is coming back, people. Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry is coming back. And I think it's going to start on June the 28th. Okay, good. But then there was another event before that called Colin Mockery. And Brad Sherwood asking for trouble. I want to get tickets to that event, but I also want to get tickets to it. I don't know if I'm going to either one yet, but I will figure that out here soon to see if I can go. And see, I downloaded Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, and SeatGeek, even though all of them have horrible fees. I think I'm just testing which one had the cheaper tickets. I'm pretty sure it's going to be SeatGeek, but Ticketmaster is what Day goes through. And I used to like Ticketmaster. Here, I'll show you, or maybe show you, how well I like Ticketmaster. If I can get to the email. Hold on real quick here. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, I have to go back to my old email. Old McEmail had up email. Yeah. Pieces of shit. EIEIO. Yeah. Shit. Oh, there we go. I thought I wasn't going to go for a try. Okay, let me see if it's going to let me. Come on, any day now. Maybe I have to try not. Oh, I forgot something. That's the problem. Thank you. I forgot the. Oh no. Let me try another way. Enter code. Okay. Go back. You good? You're good. And remember, this is my email from a long time ago that it was named after the regular show's Rigby. BaileyandRigby@gmail.com. I'm telling y'all the truth, people. I used to have an email called BaileyandRigby@gmail.com. Don't send me anything for that one. Send me it through Bailey Robert Chandler 1, the number, the 1, not ONE, 1, just the symbol 1, okay, people, at gmail.com. Okay, people, now I can update the password. Okay, let me update the password on Bailey and Rigby. Bailey, you're not getting my password. Fuck you. Oh, hello, Jana. Sorry I didn't see it right there. Change password. Shit. Okay. Bailey. Still not getting my password. Okay, continue. Let's see if I can get to my email real quick. In the meantime, listen to the commercial.
Here's Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. You're good. You can quickly compare insurance options and find the right coverage even if it's not with us. What's the bad news? I skipped the line.
You skipped the line. Then there's Bar Rescue, damn it. Let me tell you something, people. I had to find the Ticketmaster ticket. Shit on my dick. Ticketmaster order for Day They Eat Live. And I'm going to show you the first online ticket I ever got. Thanks, Bailey. The event countdown is on. This email is not your ticket. See delivery. Oh, okay. So, I'm going to view my tickets right here. Even though it's from a long time ago and it's already passed, so you can't use them. Just wanted to show you. Shit. Well, apparently I can't view the ticket, but I can show you the email real quick. And remember, this was at the Charleston Civic Center, not the Charleston Coliseum, even though they're the same place. But at one time it was called the Charleston Civic Center. See, there's my email. My first email through Ticketmaster ever. Cost me $123.23. Wonder what the fees were. Actually, hold on. I don't think that was the first one. Hold on. Never mind. Actually, or was it? Ticketmaster. Orders. Your tickets have been. Oh, it might have been that. No. Or was it? Can't remember. When was the... Oh, yeah, it was. Never mind. Find another one that I bought. Maybe it was later on. I don't know. Could swore. And I got these seat tickets. Or I thought I did. I'm gonna just look under this, see what comes up. Go back in time. Go back. Okay, I can't find it under that. Let's go to my modern email. Okay, people. Okay, now let's go to Ticketmaster, even though I haven't been... Hold on, man. Haven't used Ticketmaster in a while, but I know they said it's got a lot of fees now. Ticketmaster. Order. Where's the orders at? I don't see it. Where is it? Maybe it was under something else, I don't know. But anyway, I remember a lot of the other stuff, people. I remember that being my first online ticket, but the first show I ever went to, however, was back in 2005. Now, I don't want to tell you the story again, so let's put it this way. That was an event also 3 months before Eddie Guerrero's death, and guess who was there? Eddie Guerrero. So I actually got to see Eddie Guerrero versus The Undertaker. Now, I don't remember the whole match, But if I remember right, Eddie Guerrero was like, please don't do this, Undertaker. You know, I didn't mean it, and then slapped him, you know, as usual, you know. Because he's Eddie Guerrero, you see. I forgot how Eddie Guerrero sounded like, but anyway. Here's my idea, people. Who's this David Evans guy? U.S. Army. Is he a real person or something? Actually, never mind. Just I don't think it's a real person. Let's see what else I can find here, people. Real quick, you know. Just real quick in the food news world, I guess Crystal Light, not Crystal Pepsi, not Crystal Meth, Crystal Light is making a vodka. Like Crystal Meth's gonna make something, but other than Crystal Meth, you know. Yeah, but anyway, Crystal Light is dropping vodka refreshers, a new canned cocktail. And this was after I posted something from the Food Theorist, okay, people. And it was, the video was called "Why Did Gen Z Quit Drinking Alcohol?" But it was also kind of a clickbait title until it had a question mark at the end. That I thought was clickbait, but it had a question mark, so I guess it's not totally clickbait, but if Gen Z was totally getting rid of drinking alcohol, which I guess some of them have, I think they would have stopped with beer. Because beer is horrible, and that's what they were mentioning more. They also said Gen Z wants premium stuff, more premium alcohol, like ready-to-drink canned cocktails, you know. And what a time for Crystal Light to drop that after I posted some from Food Theory, which the guy on there is named Santi now. And then, you know, then it comes out that Crystal Light's, you know, introducing that, says 77 calorie, 0 sugar, boozy drink by Crystal Light. Yeah. Let me tell you something. You know what I think, people? I think we need, what's this? I cooked a prime rib in 10 pounds of MSG and ate it. Yeah, monosodium glutamate. Okay, let's watch. Hopefully the volume's on. Wait a minute, why isn't the...
It's that time of year again, which means the only thing we're allowed to cook is turkey.
Well, it's not turkey season. When did this come out? Oh, it came out a year ago. Sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, we're not gonna... But then again, I want,
Think again, because it's no secret that beef is better, and today we're cooking the
beef is better tasting.
Prime rib. Today I'll be showing you a foolproof method to make the perfect prime rib every time. But as you guys know, we like to experiment around here, so today I'm also going to attempt to make the craziest Frankensteak prime rib I possibly can to see how they compare. And with that, let's get started. Let's start by talking about the meat. So believe it or not, this right here is actually not a prime rib. This is a rib roast, and it only becomes a prime rib once it's cooked. So how do you select a prime rib? The first thing we want to look for is great marbling. This is just a choice grade rib roast, so really nothing special, but in here we have some fantastic marbling. The next thing we want to look for is a large cap muscle, and this is the most flavorful cut on the entire cap. In general, rib roasts that are taken closer to the front or the shoulder of the animal are going to have the bigger caps. And the last thing to think about is whether we want it bone in or boneless. Nothing beats a good rib. However, when cooking a prime rib, I actually don't think they're necessary. For one, the bone does not impart any flavor into the meat. That is a myth that has been completely debunked. Number two, as you can see here, the bones offer thermal protection to the meat from the bottom. What that means is that all the meat closest to the bone is going to cook a lot slower. So while that's not a huge deal, leaving the bone in does tend to make it cook a little less evenly. And the third, most important point is that the bones prevent us from seasoning the bottom of the meat. It prevents smoke from hitting it, it prevents bark from forming, and that to me is a big problem. That is not to say you shouldn't buy a bone-in roast, because there is some amazing things we can do with those bones, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Wingardium Leviosa. So the first thing we're going to do is remove this roast right from the bones. Just following our knife here, getting it as close as possible. And what we're left with here are some beautiful beef back ribs. These are the same as baby backs on a pig. We're going to save them for something super special later on. Alright, and it is time to start making our prime ribs. Now, before things get crazy and we make our ridiculous Frankensteak, let's start by going over how to make the perfect prime rib every time. It is time to trim the rib roast. Now, the most important thing to do is remove the silver skin over the top. Every rib roast you find is going to have this thick flap of silver skin. This stuff never renders and is extremely chewy, and also prevents us from developing incredible bark. You can really just use your hands to
I think if Billy Bob Tanley watched this, I think he wouldn't like this either. He would think that marbling wouldn't look good. What to say that?
On the entire surface of the meat itself. Now, it's totally okay to leave a good amount of fat here, as long as that first layer of silver skin is removed. And next up, let's talk about the seasoning. And with a roast this big, what we're looking for is maximum texture and maximum flavor. Optional oil binder, just to help the seasoning stick. And we're going to go with a nice heavy coat. This is a massive piece of meat, and it can take quite a bit of seasoning, making sure to get the top and all the sides. Next, for an underrated, but in my opinion, super important step, we're going to gently tie up the rib roast. With a more circular shape, this is not only going to allow it to cook more evenly, but it's also going to prevent the cap from pulling backwards, which tends to happen during the searing step. Next, we'll season up those back ribs that we removed. Now, the beauty of removing the ribs prior to cooking is that we can cook them to their optimal internal temp, and just like the rib roast, get that bark on all sides. By the end of it, we'll have a beautiful medium rare prime rib and some pretty epic barbecue ribs on the side. Okay, and with our meat all seasoned up, it is time to let it dry brine. All that means is we need to put it in the fridge uncovered for at least an hour, but ideally overnight. In the meantime, we're going to work on our compound butter. All we'll need are 2 sticks of butter. We want to make sure they're slightly softened. 1 to 2 tablespoons of garlic, a few sprigs of thyme, a few sprigs of rosemary, and lastly, roughly the same amount of shallots. And just for a little extra color and flavor, I'm adding a bit of barbecue rub. And give it a good mix. It's as simple as it gets. And now it's time to have some fun. Going in with the hands and adding on that compound butter all over every side. When the roast looks like this, even before going in the smoker, you already know it's going to come out amazing. We'll add back the ribs and let's get it on the grill. Now, cooking this prime
Maybe
rib
I should go outside.
either a smoker or an oven, but
Because
the
it's
absolute
warm,
key is to
it
cook it at a low
says.
temperature, 250 degrees Fahrenheit. This is going to lead to even cooking and is critical in reducing any gray band. And just like that, prime rib number 1 is on the grill, but now it's time to have a little bit of fun. We're making a Frankensteak. Once again, starting with the exact same bone-in roast. And I'll once again trim up that top layer of silver skin. So before things start to get too crazy with this roast, we'll start by just seasoning it, just making sure to get all sides. And we are all seasoned up. The next step, we are going to do something I have never done before. We are going to inject our prime rib. So I know you guys all know the feeling when you just have, a 45 to 60 day brisket sitting in your dry ager. You have no idea what to do with it. You finally realize this is the perfect opportunity. We are going to use this guy right here for its fat. But I don't know if it's just me.
You know
this thing kinda looks
what?
like an alligator or like a crocodile's head. Because our rib roast is not dry aged, my thought is that we'll render this dry aged fat that has all those nice flavors and inject it right in there. And I'll start by just removing this thick hunk of fat. And just smelling it, I can already tell it has that really nice, rich, almost like nutty type smell and flavor to it. This is going to be perfect. My goal here is to just remove as much fat as possible from this brisket. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for how I should cook this thing. It's looking pretty crazy. And just because we've already taken things far with this brisket, I'm actually going to try removing the point from the flat just to access more of that fat and kind of see what it looks like. This is more for my own interest over anything at this point. Well guys, we got the point and the flat. It's just looking ridiculous at this point, but we have uncovered quite a bit more fat, which is going to be great for rendering. And into a pot with the fat, we'll add in a little bit of water just to help get the party started and let it render down. Gorgeous. Love dry aged beef fat. And really all I'm thinking... What am I thinking?
Inception.
Suck on it. Welcome to my nightmare. And it has been just about 30 minutes. As you can see, we've rendered out so much of that incredible dry-aged beef fat. We're going to finish off the last 5 or so minutes by flavoring. Some rosemary, some thyme, and garlic. As those herbs and garlic start to fry up, the smell is already unbelievable. And after letting it cool down, the only thing left to do is strain it out until we're left with that incredible golden goodness. You guys know I sort of hate this word, but I'm going to say it. That liquid gold. And now it's time to channel our inner plastic surgeon and get that syringe loaded up. Now remember guys, do not try this at home. I'm a trained semi-professional. It's just blowing up like a balloon. Literally taking it like a champ. And of course, gotta try getting some right in the cap. No idea if this will work.
Oh my god, it's so chubby. He's ready to blow.
Wow. Well, we've literally blown this thing up like a balloon. It's like weirdly firm and just bubbly at this point. But if you thought we're done with the craziness, not quite yet. It is time for MSG. So I've cooked a bunch of stuff covered in salt. Never MSG, so now's the time.
Are you going poop or are you opening spices?
I swear it's impossible to open this. Kyle, I need help. Thank you. So what exactly is MSG? It stands for monosodium glutamate. That is a mouthful. Fortunately, these things are very easy to open. But as you can see, it is kind of similar to salt, but it gives food an incredible umami flavor. Now, it used to get a bad rap as sort of like an unhealthy ingredient, but really, in moderation, it's totally fine to eat. And honestly, it's a game changer from a flavor perspective. Let's see what we got here. It literally completely coats your mouth with umami, which is a very difficult flavor to describe. Almost similar to salt without the punch. That right there is pretty good stuff. I have very high hopes combining this with that rib roast. It actually tastes dank. So we're going to be doing a very similar process as to when we cook stuff inside of salt. And we'll start by dumping all this MSG in a giant bowl. So what we need to do is almost make like a paste or like cement type mix to completely cover the prime rib in a shell. To do that, we're going to need to add some moisture. And what I'm going to use is a combination of egg whites and water. Separating that egg white. And this I'll keep as a little snack.
Oh, that was delicious.
Just add in some of that water and give it a mix. Slowly adding a bit more water until you reach a really nice paste-like consistency.
It's so cute.
That should hold together well enough to make a little snowman just like this guy. But every snowman must eventually meet his end. And we'll start by laying down an initial layer. And we'll add on the roast right in the middle and completely cover it up. Well guys, I gotta say this prime rib has been through quite a lot in its short life. It's been trimmed, it's been seasoned, it's been injected, and now it has been completely covered in a whole bunch of MSG. Will this come out good or be a complete disaster? I have no idea, but either way, let's get on the grill.
Yeah.
I do have a quick announcement from my jerky company. Max Jerky. So right now we're getting close to the holidays. Jerky is by far the greatest stocking stuffer. So if you're interested in hooking up your family and friends, this right here is a phenomenal option. Also, if you do enjoy our videos, this right here is the best way to support us. Really appreciate it. And let's get back to the video. And back outside, it has been exactly 3.5 hours. Roast number 1 has hit exactly 123 degrees Fahrenheit. For a medium rare prime rib, absolutely perfect. However, while our prime rib is resting, I'm actually going to throw these bones back on the grill just to continue cooking. Now, the first thing I'll do here is strain out those buttery drippings. This is stuff you do not want to waste. I really hate to use this term twice in the same video, but this right here is liquid gold. And we want to let it rest for at least 30 minutes and at most an hour. But the next big question, should we sear this or not? In the oven, it tends to be a bit more pale, so I would definitely recommend searing it in that case. However, on the smoker, this to me already looks perfect. And let's go for a slice. And at this point, I think I'll just shut up for a second and let you guys enjoy. If I'm being honest with you guys, this to me is what life's all about. This right here. This is it. That's it. We're done. Bye. That's it. Take care. Psych! Depending on who you're feeding and how hungry you are, you can of course cut it on the thin side, or you can slice nice big chunks. Now let's check on those ribs. Because we removed them from the prime rib, we have beautiful and flavorful bark development on all sides. And we'll slice them up. And these things look absolutely amazing, just super juicy. I have got to go for a bite here to be... It's just his timing is impeccable. I have got to try this. Looks amazing.
No. You gotta wait for the taste test.
Alright, let's check on the other one. And here she is. This thing is looking absolutely wild. It's really darkened up quite a bit. But I have to say the most noticeable thing, this just smells amazing. And without further ado, I think it's time we crack this baby open. Damn, boy. This thing is literally like the shell of a turtle or something. It's also kind of like a hat. It's very comfortable. Time to uncover our buried treasure. As expected, zero bark at this stage, but it is looking pretty crazy. Now, in this case, we absolutely have to sear it. As you can tell, it is extremely pale. There's a couple ways we could do it, but today, I'm trying to keep it simple. We're going with the flamethrower. We're going with the flamethrower. Now that right there is a little bit more like it. It is finally time to slice into our Frankensteak. I feel like I need a napkin or something. Juicy in here. But either way, now that I've officially squeezed all the juice out of this meat, time for the taste test. Need a napkin? What does that even mean? Oh, God. Well, guys, the time is here. I don't know what it is about Friday nights and 1:30 a.m., but here we are again, people. I'm going to start off here with the traditional. This right here is a piece that I've had probably 100 times, and hopefully we'll have at least 100 more times. If you have access to a smoker, please